Okay, welcome to Mastery Monday. All right, here we are on August 10th, 2020. Wow, and today we're going to be talking about the crystalline light body. And for those of you who are regulars here with me on Mastery Mondays, you kind of know how this rolls, but I'm going to share with everybody else how we flow on Mastery Mondays. So what I'll do is as usual with everything that I do, we'll open with a nice short centering meditation. I'll give you a bit of information on what I'm perceiving in the universe, the cosmos, reality right now, so that you can have some understanding of energetically what's happening in our field. And then usually that will just tie right into what we're going to be speaking about with the crystalline light body. And then I'll take any comments, feedback, questions from you. And then we'll go into any activations, meditations that want to come through around the crystalline light body for everyone today. So thank you all again for being here. I appreciate it. And as you come in, please put in chat if you feel called to say hi and where you're calling in from. Sally from Vancouver Island. Thank you, BC. Some more BC. There's other people on here from British Columbia too. So yeah, thank you, Mystic Star. It's important to meet with my star soul family. Absolutely. It is. That's why we're here. Thank you. All right. So to begin this, let's take a deep breath into our bodies. And if you're in a safe place too, if you're able to close your eyes. Allowing yourself to just settle into this space with us, all of us here together, just settling into this space with our attention and focus on our breath in this moment with the here and now experience. Just noticing if you're just coming in, allowing yourself to get settled in your body and how you're sitting, how you're being, getting comfortable in our bodies, breathing into the body. Calling all of your attention to here and now as much as you can. Releasing everything that has happened before this call and everything that's going to come after this call, just to be really in the present moment, to receive, to open into what is here for all of us to create in this moment together. Breathing into the body and calling in your higher self, your soul, coming into conscious connection with all of your energy, all of who you are. Calling in your guides and helpers if you wish to have them be present and to expand this circle to all that is unseen that is supporting us in this space. Breathing into the heart, the higher heart. Allowing your attention to come into the center of your body through your heart. In our hearts, we're connecting with everyone here in this circle and this unified, pure heart connection, where all of our wisdom, all of our intelligence and focus is always connected, coming into this experience right now of unity, of non-separation, of always being in connection with everything in a pure way through our hearts, and then also connecting in with our higher minds, the collective intelligence that we are. Just center in and focus in this moment with your breath through your heart, through the higher mind, in this unified field of all of us here, extending our awareness to everyone in the circle. Good, yeah. I'm really feeling the connection with everyone and seeing a nice thread of connection and pure energy connecting all of us. Thank you. Just breathing into the body. Thank you all. And just when you're ready, just opening your eyes and to be open to receiving and sharing and being present here with everyone and everything that wants to be uh, shared in this circle today. So, thank you. So, to start this, I just want to share what I'm perceiving in this unified field of cosmic reality that we live in beyond this planet. And it's interesting because through the Lion's Gate and everything, I was just feeling this really intense, just flow of energy. And even this morning, I woke up and from the top of my head down to the base of my spine, there was just this intense energy, just holding my whole spine and back. And as I usually do every morning, I did some yoga and meditation and stretched and opened my body. And with that, I was just feeling this just powerful stream and just seeing it also energetically from the sun and central sun and through Sirius is still coming down into the planet. And of course, it's going to, come in through the top of my head and just pour through the spine and want to be, you know, what do you want to distributed through the body, through the nervous system, through all of that. And sometimes tension in the body can take place when there's just so much, right? The body's going, whoa, what what do we do with all this energy? And I'm just feeling this incredible lightness and aliveness through all the cells of my body, just recognizing that, when we come into this real intentional space and aware space of receiving, what's coming through, our bodies are able to assimilate it and integrate it more efficiently. And also with the ability for our mind to go, oh, okay, something's happening here, what can I do to uh, sorry, my mind's a little off today, what can I do to help the body, to assist the body in taking it in. And so what I'm seeing today is just we're receiving these light codes to really come into this flow of energy, this channel of energy, just being this real pure channel of energy in which we're all being held right now to witness ourselves as individuals as these pure energies. And it's really interesting because when I was, really meditating yesterday on what was going to come through today for Mastery Monday, it was like the crystalline light body, like boom, had to be that. And it was like, okay, well, it makes sense for the codes that are starting to come in more strongly today, as they have been through the Lion's Gate, but just specifically today, it's really just a full. I mean, it's just like this pouring. Like I just see this pouring of energy down into the planet, and then just watching the whole Earth, soak it up and come into another level of frequency and connection with its own energetic body and its own. So what I'll do is I would just love to hear in chat too, if anyone wants to share anything that you're receiving or picking up or experiencing in the field as well, or in your body, your mind, your emotions. Please just throughout this, put stuff in chat. I keep my eye on chat and just read things and comment. So, the question that people have a lot of times, well, what is, the crystalline light body? What does that mean? So when we get down to the essence of everything that exists, it's light. It's just light. And, when we have this idea of there's the light and the dark that exists, well, it's just that when darkness is happening, it's because we've shrouded the light with something, right? With some idea, belief, program, ways of being that are not in congruence with the pure light that we are. But in essence, there's always light. There's always light. And it's just accessing that light and allowing that light to flow and be our foundation for everything. And so one of the things that I have been doing is always going, okay, well, if I'm receiving something, right? And it's because I'm in tune with this light that exists in everything that's just pure energy. Uh, if I'm receiving something or feeling something from somebody, or a new belief or idea or information comes in, I look, I match it up to that light and say, is this pure information? Is this a pure experience? You know, and just that light gets to illuminate all the aspects, all the details and all the intricacies of what I'm receiving, so that I'm able to just look, right? And so, yes, Kristen, thank you. Being bathed in divine love, it does feel like that. Yeah, yeah. So, and so the light that we are takes on form, right? We're in this body that's made of light. And within that, of course, there's going to have to be some structural foundation. And that structural foundation is like a crystalline matrix. If we look at crystals and how they form, and it's all minerals, right? It's all minerals. And what does our body need most? Minerals. What do plants, what does this earth, what does everything need as the foundation of every other element to to be able to do its job, our minerals. And so when we look at that, the crystalline structure of our bodies, the fascia, every tissue, everything like that, they realize, wow, it's all in this amazing crystalline structure, especially when our bodies are in good health, right? When our bodies aren't in good health, just like water and everything like that, we've seen those structures of water where you can speak to water, and it creates these beautiful geometries if we're sharing love and, more positive affirmations to the water, and just us being water too. The water structures of our body are going to be, of geometrical form, which is crystalline processes, the geometry of our bodies, of our lives, our experience. And so each one of us is an individual crystalline light body form. And then we have, this planet that has its own crystalline light body form. And we see that physically in the sense of um, and we see, the crystals on the planet, which have been seeded here in different ways and also have grown here for different reasons. And then there's, the ley lines, of which a lot of these crystalline structures are a part of and move through, of energy, of power. And just like within our bodies, we have our channels of energy. Our nervous system is even, more of a crystalline form. And we have our open channel flows of energies that we see through, that we've learned through Chinese medicine, and the Vedic traditions of India and other traditions. So so this is just a part of our nature, of being in what exists within reality, like as above, so below, right? All these structures are just the pure foundation of our being. And then when we look at the crystalline grid further, uh, the way information flows. So if we look at a crystal, just like they use crystals in computers, right? Every computer and phone, everything has quartz crystal in them, because it can take in information, receive information, transmit, all of that, transmute, and it's a powerful conductor of energy. And so these crystalline structures that we are just flows of energy, right? Me having thoughts, moving my fingers, moving my body. It's just all this flow of information and energy going all the time, like at, at speeds that we can't even comprehend, that we're thinking and moving, and things growing and dying and shifting, right? And same with the planet, same with our communication with other planets. And there's the crystalline grid that's much larger, that is the field of the whole unified field is this amazing crystalline light body structure of information flowing for us to receive, for it to, it's this constant information flow. And so it's invisible mostly to our eyes, but it is like I can, I perceive it and I see it in the ways that I see it, just like other people do, and some other people do. And so it's just coming into this recognition on whatever level, and we're all going to perceive it and be in relationship with it in a different way. And the way that we operate is our own individual, unique expression of this light. So if anyone has any questions, please put it in chat, because this is, interesting topic. I just want to read some comments through that are happening here. So Gloria, good morning to you. You're not feeling anything coming into me through me despite meditating, activations, attunements. I long for any sign I am receiving divine light. Was hopeful doing all the Lionsgate activations. Can I be blocked and not receiving? Or question marks? Yeah, no, it is. It's a big question, because I think we all, probably all of us at some point have, experienced this. Why am I not receiving any? Why am I not feeling anything? What's not happening for me? I've been there, in the past, and I feel that, and sometimes I still do. Sometimes there's days where I'm like, wow, I feel like there's no connection. That's interesting, right? What's happening? And it's just really, it'd be interesting to delve into this with you on an individual basis, Gloria, to see what's going on. But, a lot of times we tend to, depending on what our belief system is, whatever our structures are, that we're always receiving. We're always receiving. There's not one of us on this planet who we can't not be receiving something, right? It's just that what's blocked, or stagnant or not receiving is the consciousness of it and our conscious integration of it. So many things can be happening subconsciously, and so many things do happen subconsciously, right? Most of our reality is happening subconsciously that we're not aware of. And so sometimes it just takes doing some inner transformation work, or doing something, or just sticking with it, right? Sticking with it until the channels open up to come into conscious awareness. So it's interesting, because it's just a process. It really just is a process from when we start this experience of opening up to these things, of really being our bodies and everything in our consciousness, coming into the awareness of them. So if you have any more questions about that, Gloria, feel free to put them in. And Debbie, you just had lots of continued strong energy downloads coming in several times a day. Yes. And noting drinking a lot more water just instinctively all last week, and it continues. Yeah. And so being water, being this crystalline grid that we are as a body, and water and minerals, yes, stay hydrated. And so I wanted to go into how to care for ourselves as a crystalline light body. And this is also a thing too that can happen physically. If we're not physically in a good place, sometimes we just won't consciously receive, because it's not, our bodies and everything aren't in a place to be consciously aware of it, to be able to bring it up into our conscious experience. And also, and this is the care that I'm going to talk about is going to be physical, mental, emotional, spiritually. And because, yeah, actually, Megan, that's a good question about should be worried about drinking too much water. I drink so much water that it interferes with my day due to peeing constantly, which I can totally know about that, because I'm constantly drinking water. And I find myself trying to drink less, even though I always want more. Well, sometimes there could be something else going on with that sometimes, too. It's just that I also drink a lot of water, but I also know that we can deplete our minerals by drinking too much water. And so that what we want to do is be aware of that. And if we're just drinking straight water, that we want to add some minerals to it, or, lemon and honey and, things like that that are more electrolyte and mineral based, so that we are not just stripping our body by constantly drinking water. Or making sure that we're really taking in, well, green tea can also strip the minerals from the body. I know green tea has a lot of kudos to it, and everything. But for me, I notice with the sensitivity that my body has, and everyone's different, but I cannot drink green tea. It just totally makes my nervous system go haywire, and I can feel it just stripping the minerals from me, and it makes my joints and everything hurt. So I don't do I don't do green tea. That's just me, right? But also caffeine is going to make the body pee a lot. So, we just have to be aware of those things. And caffeine strips the minerals from the body. So anyways, yeah, just being aware, just being aware. So in the crystalline light body, we want to be hydrated, of course, as we're talking about. How do we hydrate, right? We don't want hydrating the body is water, not tea, not juice, not any other liquid other than water. But we can add things to the water, like lemon's going to be okay, right? Just a little bit of lemon, not a ton of lemon, just a little, squeeze of lemon, or a little bit of honey for, helping minerals stay within the body, but also just straight water. All other liquids, teas, juices, and everything are not very hydrating to the body. It feels good to drink them, but because they have other things in them, they're doing other things and not just hydrating. The body has to deal with them, right? It has to deal with the sugars, has to deal with what other chemicals or components are in them. And so that's why drinking clean, clear water, like alkaline water, and purified water is really good. Not reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis isn't good either, because you don't have anything in it, and that strips more minerals from your body because the water's pulling the minerals from your body to put into the water that you're drinking through reverse osmosis. So anyways, staying hydrated in a good manner, and feeding ourselves with really good foods that allow the body to thrive, right? I mean, this is so key. If we're going to do this soul level work, if we're going to do all of this intensive and bring in all this energy and really be a clear space for this energy, it can't illustrate enough how important it is for this body, this temple that is the life-giving force and what this soul is operating through, giving it the proper nutrition for your body. So I'm not going to say there's any specific diet or foods that are best, because everybody, we all have a different, some of us need more meat, protein, some need less, there's just a few, body types that are different. But eating as clean as possible and, as light as possible. We don't need to consume as much as we think we need to. If you think about light, we're light. Light is light, right? Let's lighten up. Let's lighten up. And lightening up means in our mind and our emotions too. And this is why we talk so much about doing our inner transformation work and coming into peppermint tea is still not, peppermint tea is fine, right? I mean, it's good. It's got its own qualities, but it's not necessarily going to be hydrating, right? We need water. We need just plain water. And it's interesting because I didn't know this either. And I used to take a lot of herbal courses. And I remember I was at an herbal conference, and they had that, and it was really hot and it was really dry. And there's these amazing women that would make this yummy teas, and they would always have them out, and they would put these, signs on there, make sure you're drinking water because tea is not going to keep you hydrated. And I was like, that's so fascinating. I didn't realize, because it's liquid, we think it's hydrating. And so I actually went and talked to one of the herbalists and like, no, like I just said, because there's other components in it, our body's dealing with that, and it takes water to deal with those things. So you just need straight water for hydrating. So yeah, so anyways, here we are, the crystalline light body of this. If we want our energy and the crystalline light structure that we are to work at an optimal space, for this body to function, as well as the larger system that we exist in, the unified field that is light, that is this crystalline structure, we want energy to flow, right? We want energy to flow. And if we're not in a space, in a mental space, an emotional space, I mean, I think we all know that, like when we're having a hard day, we're challenged and we're in a certain mind loop or a certain experience, or the emotions are running high, we're not going to be able to flow the energy in a way that allows, a pure energy to be. And so it's just, and we're all in a process of it. We're all in a process of getting to know it and getting to understand it, right? So we don't have to be anywhere but where we are right now with our understanding with it and our experience. And just knowing from this point forward, you can expand your awareness and your way of being in relationship with it, right? So we don't have to go into any judgment or ideas about ourselves, because that's not what we're here for. We're just here to expand our awareness and then make choices from that space. So Gloria, yes, thank you. After years of practicing, hoping, intended, I was ready to give up. A few weeks ago, I started taking God walks into the woods, hoping to connect with nature, touch trees, ground, still nothing. I heard you say about the body. I'm exhausted and have a cough and joint pain, so that might be a problem. Yeah. Well, I'm not really sure exactly what's going on with your body, right now, and it's something we could explore together. But it's just taking care, tuning into the body and saying, where is this from? Why is this happening? What can I do to support my body right now? Right. And so it's going into that space. This is where, by being a light crystalline body, uh, we just, the most important thing is, since we are a channel of energy and flow, is coming into tune with ourselves. This body of life that's supporting us, right? So coming into tune with this and having this communication with our own selves, and that's just a part of the spiritual process anyways, is really going into that inner self knowing, right? And being in this relationship where we are in tune. Like for me, it's like I'm just a flexitarian. Like I just call myself a flexitarian. Say, oh, what do you eat? Blah blah blah. And it's like whatever my body needs today. If I need more protein, I take in more protein. If like today I'm feeling really light and all I've had today is a smoothie, then that's all I have, and some water. Right? It's really being in tune with where we're at. And in that, what do we get to do? We get to break the cycles of our food habits, of what hungry is. We get to break the habit of mindset cycles, of where our attention and focus is, our emotional patterns. And all of this is a part of being in the crystalline light body, being this pure body that we are. And to attain that and being in connection with our soul connection. And that's what we're all being called to do right now, in a way, right? Is to purify on so many levels and getting into our priorities of who we are and what we want to do on this planet. And so when we are in tune with our bodies, we can be in tune with other bodies, with other people. We can be more in tune in the flow with this earth and beyond, the sun and all the planets and central sun, right? And we actually get to have this larger, broader awareness of life, of all that is in the field of our existence, right? And then our purpose, and then who we are, and our guidance, and all of that stuff. This is all a part of being in conscious, pure connection with our crystalline light body. So any other questions? So I'm going to take questions and comments now. So I'm open to, so good, Emma. This is so helpful, including the questions. Thanks. I have to leave, but we'll listen to the recording. Great. Thank you. I saw her leave. Thank you, Emma. So I have been experiencing a lot of pains on my left jaw with some cracking sounds and opening my mouth trying to eat during Lionsgate. Called forth the archangels to assist in healing. It happened again yesterday. Yeah, it's just so much energy moving through right now, right? And so if there's any point in our body that we have, like say a weakness or energy that's stuck or needs to flow through, anywhere that we're going through this, it's going to show up in our bodies somewhere, or it's going to be a mental pattern that shows up, or an emotional pattern, like as we've been experiencing through these purges. So it's just breathing into that and saying, okay, what's here on my left side? Yeah. Breathing into that left jaw and saying, what's here? What do I need to know? What do I need? What's here? What do you want to show me? Right? And we communicate. The crystalline light body is all about information flow and communication. Yeah. Yeah. So communicating with yourself, taking time to communicate with yourself, and not just like your mind or your emotions, but this body. It's alive. It's moving and keeping a home for your consciousness to be all the time. And so let's get into communication with it and be in the light of it, right? So, yeah. So, Dale, I'm in a healing course with Christoph. My chakras are always weak, blocked, or in chaos. Suggestions. Yeah, well, it's, what we can do is go through each one of them and see what's there, right? Go through each one of them and see what's there. Sit in meditation with each one of them. What's going on there? And just see if you can have some, communication with each space of your body, and asking what's happening there, what it needs, what wants to be, what attention it needs, or what's old memories, patterns, things that are showing up, or the way that the energy is flowing in the body, like what in your mind space or emotional space is maybe creating the the shifting. And so it's just something that we get to work on that way. And so it's like all these questions that are coming through would really be like one-on-one stuff that uh stuff I need to really just hone in and really focus, because there's such big questions. So Mystic Star, could it be a blockage about my communication, my inner self? Possibly. I mean, it feels like there's just some tension or grinding, around something. Is there any issues or anything like that that you've held a lot of tension around? Yeah. Yeah. Hi,
Hi.
Beverly.
So nice. I was with the sessions yesterday, and I was on my phone, and I couldn't figure out how to talk. So every time I tried to talk, it wasn't coming through. It was frustrating. So
Oh,
I'm back on the
no.
computer today. I
Yeah.
do have a question. When do you feel that you live day to day walking in this crystalline body, or is this something you meditate, bring through, or is it a change in our geometrics to the point where, if we practice this meditation, do you walk as a crystalline body, you yourself, or more information about it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just once we get into that awareness, and especially with the DNA shifts and changes, and just the conscious awareness of what this body actually is, then yeah, it's just like it's just a state of being, a way of being, and recognizing that and being. And so, one of the things that I do first thing in the morning is one of my waking rituals, and through my meditation, is I just really hone in on that. I hone into my body, and just, welcome. I'm in alignment with what this body is, who I am as a soul. I'm in alignment with the crystalline grid of the planet. And I actually travel into the crystal grid of the planet and into the sun and beyond, and just really hone into all these fields and even see what's going on. I receive information and just be, and it's been a part of a practice for several years now. So this is just something that I've cultivated, over time. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other thing is, when you're walking in this, you mentioned time yesterday, and you were telling the story about when you were in another country, I'm not sure, and people would just show up at meetings, it was on time. Well, it's been happening in my life, like all of a sudden, and believe it, my life is quite confusing right now, but it seems like the time, like I'll forget something and say, oh yeah, and then all of a sudden I walk in right at the right time. So is
Yeah.
that part of it, that we're
Well,
on
that's just
time?
it's just a part of just being in resonance, right? With your life, with who you are, with life itself.
Mhm.
And that is, that crystalline body, light body, is just the structural foundation of who we are, right? And then when we're in resonance with just life itself and ourselves, then yeah, that's how we get to be like in the now with everything, right? Just being in the moment. And
Yeah.
we show up in the moment when everything is, lined up, because we're in resonance with that. Yeah, so that's cool you're having that experience. That's great. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. And so, yeah, Dale, I just wanted to follow up with you. You feel fine all the time, but chakras are unaligned. Yeah, well, it just takes, uh, an embodiment. Embodiment is so real. This is what we're here for, right? I mean, we can't like be our sole purpose if we're not really embodying what that is, embodying the resonance, the frequencies, the information, the abilities, right? This is all about embodiment. And that crystalline light body is, you know, a part of the embodiment. So absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And Mystic, you're feeling very exhausted. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That happens. It is interesting when we travel in our dreams and we come back with, you know, physical things going on that are from our dreams, or, you know, we know that we're just kind of merging dimensions. You know, we're not so far away. And then, yes, I've had that same experience too when I go to sleep and I wake up and I'm exhausted because I was out there doing work. And um, my body sort of rested, but me coming back into the body was not rested, right? Creates that exhaustion. So yeah, any other questions or comments around this? Yes, hi Sabina, hi Ash, hi folks on Facebook. If in Facebook, if you want to write any comments or questions, that's fine too. I'm keeping an eye on that as well. So it's all of, it's really just our willingness to tune in, really our willingness to tune in. And also, you know, one of the things that I've really taken on through this whole experience because of my, you know, connections with the archangels and other things that happen out in these other dimensions. There are things happening outside of us, right? But the most important part of this experience is coming inside, tuning in inside, because it's how we are inside in this embodiment that is going to be creating all of those connections and things outside of us. Right? So the more that we're willing to go inside and connect with this body, connect with who we are, connect with this experience, then that's what's going to create the resonance. That's not going, oh, I'm going to try to tap into these things out here and over here and up there without first tapping into here. I mean, for some of us, you know, it's like, so for me, for example, you know, I started meditation when I was, you know, in my late teens. And so it was in my 20s that things started really opening up and flowing for me. And then I did have these outside things come to me. And then some people, it's like, boom, I had no practice. I had no nothing. And all of a sudden these archangels, these beings were coming to me and telling me to wake up and do my purpose, and do my thing. You know, it's like, whoa, you know, so it happens differently for all of us. But if we're really truly going to walk this path and be this, like Beverly, like you so said, you walk this way. It's like, yes, I walk this way. This is my life. This is my beingness. You know, this is all of me all the time now, but it's been a cultivation, right? It's been a practice. It's been a increasingly expansive experience over time with my, you know, knowledge and wisdom, waking into that. Um, and so, but the deepest piece of alchemy is in here, our whole beingness. This is what we have to get to know. It's like, you know, that phrase, know thyself, you'll know that and you will know the universe. It's an old alchemical saying, know thyself and you will know the universe. It's so true. And so we get to observe all of this stuff going outside of us, but then how does it apply in here? What does it mean for this body, this soul, this expression, and communicating here? Tuning in and communicating right here, dropping it in. I'm here, I'm present with myself, every aspect of myself, past, present, future, all of it. I'm going to just be in here and let myself open and show me the way. Right? So, yeah. Gloria, can you give some suggestions to start the process of embodiment? That's it right there. Tuning in, willing to listen to yourself. Yeah, you're welcome, Mystic. Tuning in and listening to yourself. And being willing to just sit and be in that space of neutrality without any ideas. And the biggest piece is without expectation. No expectation. Because when we go in without any expectation, then we perceive ways that we receive that we may not have noticed before, because we were having these thoughts and ideas of the expectations of what we wanted and what we should be receiving and how we should be receiving, right? Just go in. I'm just going to sit here in this still space. and just tap into myself. What do I need to know right now? And it could be super simple. That's the thing. When some people receive like really simple messages, they dismiss them. I want something big, I want like the big thing to drop in and show me the way. It's not always going to be that way. It could be something super simple. And those sometimes are the biggest keys. And if we just are willing to sit and listen and just be with ourselves, then that can, take on a whole nother level of experience and wisdom that comes through. Yeah, Julie, devotion to the big self takes training, much training. It does. It's a discipline. And that's why, like, if you ever got one of my free gifts where I said the 3 keys to being an embodied soul, awakening into your body soul, it's the first one is dedication. Dedication. It's like there's no straying from the path. It's like all the adepts, it's like, yeah, we stray from the path, we go, we come back, but it's like my focus is right here. It's like everything that I do in my life now is focused around who I am as a soul. Is it in alignment with that? Right? Because if it's not in alignment, why do I want to put my energy and focus there? Right? But then that takes training to understand what even that means, right? And so but the first step is just saying, I'm willing and dedicated to this, to me. Nothing else. So that's the most profound thing you can do for yourself, is be in tune with yourself and love yourself and not think that it's going to be something outside of you, right? That's going to be the key for you. Unless, and guidance. Like for me, I had spiritual mentors, I've had coaches, I've had people to help me through stuff, because that's what we're here for, right? So it's not saying that we have to be alone in our process or not seek guidance to receive the tools, the practices, the assistance in transforming ourselves, right? But it's knowing in that dedication why you're going for that transformation, why you're going for that help. What that mentor, what you're really seeking for yourself, and then letting from that place with your mentor or your coach or your guide to be, willing to be open to what is coming through that experience, right? So it's just all of that. So I know we're kind of going long in this conversation, and I did want to get into a meditation activation. So just curious if there's any one last comments, questions. And this is just going to be, I'm just going to be attuning into the body, to see where we can start feeling the energy,
Will this
the
be
energy of ourselves.
I'm sorry,
Hi,
will this be recorded,
it is being
or
recorded right now.
so that the meditation itself will be in there?
Yep. Yeah. And when I send out the replay, I'll put the time point, of where the meditation
Excellent.
starts. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Malika, you're welcome. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So, okay. Yeah, this is a big conversation. So this is I should have just put introduction to the crystalline light body, right? Because this is just there's a lot involved, because there's just so many pieces and parts of ourselves. So let's go into a short embodiment conversation here with ourselves and coming into. Okay, so yes, welcome to the Crystalline Light Body meditation, where we are going to get to know ourselves as a crystalline light body a little bit more and come into more of an embodiment with it. So let's close our eyes and take a deep breath. And in this moment, just letting go of the conversation, of questions, of information that you still might be pondering or wondering about with yourself, your body, just to come into a clear space and just intending to be neutral, in a space of neutral receiving. Neutral receiving. And tuning in to yourself, releasing any expectation, anticipation. So breathing deeply into the body. And when you're breathing deeply into the body, really let your belly extend and open. So we're really breathing a lot of oxygen through the whole body. And as you're breathing, imagine your breath filling up your whole body from the tips of your toes all the way up to the top of your head. So really breathing in as long as is physically comfortable for you to breathe this air from the tip of your toes all the way up to the top of your head, and then exhaling from the top of your head all the way out through your toes. Just as you're to create this conscious connection with your body and your breath. Just letting your body relax as you're doing this too. Just noticing how the tension can be released from the body. So we're not tensing up our body as we're doing this. We're using this as an opportunity to bring more air and oxygen and fluid flow of energy through the body. And as you're doing this, also just notice how your energy just naturally expands. And so tuning into, if you can, and if you can't, that's okay. Just knowing that this is happening as we're doing this, because it's a natural thing that happens, as your energy body starts to breathe more and expand more as well. And as you're breathing, if you're noticing any place of tension throughout the body, now just taking a moment and breathing into those areas. And allowing this oxygen with your intention to release the tension with your breath to create more openness and flow. And then again, coming into and just inviting in your soul, your higher conscious self, to be present here, to allow you to come into a deeper energetic connection with your body. And with this connection, really breathing into the center point of your head. And from this space, with your soul connection, just asking and to notice the light that is within every cell of the body, coming into conscious connection with every cell of the body being light. And breathing this light anywhere that you see or receive, feel a sensation, is really breathing that in and allowing the whole body to become one body of light. Breathing this through, and just even if you're not visualizing or seeing or feeling, just the intention of breathing light through every cell of the body and just connecting in and coming into the willingness to know yourself as light, as a light body. And taking this moment in this clear space and not having any judgment or expectation or anticipation right now, just being in this moment of dedication and willingness. That's all that is necessary right now. And if you are seeing light and feeling light and expanding with it, that's great. Just keep working with the breath and the light in the body. And in this moment, asking, how can I support? What do I need to do to support my body as a light body? Just receiving anything that comes through. If it's a sensation in the body, a feeling, a thought, a vision, a knowingness, just be open to however you're receiving. And if you're not receiving anything, that's okay too. Just know that you've opened the channel to receive. And just taking a moment with your breath and being quiet and open in this space to receive. Good. And with whatever information, however you receive, just honoring that, and also honoring if you didn't receive, because that's still okay too. It's a journey of opening into this place of reception and just being in gratitude for being here right now in this supported field to open up more of these channels over time with yourself. And anything that you did receive, just being in honor of that and willing to explore it and be with it and apply it. Good. And with this, allowing ourselves to connect in with the greater field of light that is. So tapping into this whole group as a field of light. And even just with your conscious awareness, say, I'm in this conscious field of light with everyone here. Unifying in this supportive field for myself to become a more aware and conscious of myself, this body, this light. And then the earth, tapping into the larger field of the planet, of the earth, the light, calibrating in, resonating in with the pure light of the planet. Good. Now resonating in and just say, I'm going to resonate with the pure light channels of the collective as a whole, the unified field as a whole of light, just all light. And within this, enveloping everything that is within the light, all the darkness, all the light, just to bring more light into our bodies, into our consciousness, into our minds, into this planet, into all that exists. And asking the body to just be in harmony, in balance with this light, and letting it show you all that it needs to show you over time for your own self growth and embodiment. Good. And bringing your awareness into your body again, into your individual awareness of your body. Breathing again, still maintaining in this light field, but from your individual perspective, just bringing your expansive awareness into the center of your body. You can center in the center of your head or your heart. And then coming into the awareness of the structure of the body of the bones, of the tissue, being a geometry, a beautiful crystalline geometry, a flow of energy that is also light. That everything in our body is connected through this crystalline grid of energy, through the nervous system, through the tissue, through the energy channels. Good. And again, if you're not really feeling or receiving, just knowing you're opening into this channel, just noticing what your body wants to tell you or show you, or any part of yourself that wants to communicate with you about this crystalline matrix. How can you be in more conscious connection with it, and conversation and communication and support? Seeing what wants to come through, feeling, sensations, thoughts, visions, hearing, whatever is the way you're going to receive in this moment. Good. Wonderful. Good. So, in this moment, also connecting in with the crystalline grid structure of this group, just tapping in and saying, I want to be in connection and conscious connection in the way that I receive this light crystalline grid connection of this group right here, right now, the geometry, the flow of energy. Good. And then tapping into the crystalline grid of the planet. Saying, I want to be aware of and connected in resonance and harmony with the pure crystalline energy grid of the planet. And then the collective, the field as a whole, the pure harmonic resonance of life in its purest form through the crystalline grid structure of all that is. Good. And taking a breath and breathing this into the body, this resonance, even if you're feeling it or not feeling it, just allowing yourself to intend that the resonance of this pure energy crystalline field is breathing and coming in into resonance and harmony in the best that it can within the frequency of your body now. And asking this to anchor into every cell of your body, all the DNA, all the cells of your body, all the energy channels of your body. This resonant harmonic field of your own individual geometry in resonance with the geometry of the earth, of the whole, that is pure and true. And breathing this through every cell of the body again, just really allowing it to go deeper into the conscious space and memory of your whole being. And then in this space, just breathing light through the whole body. You're becoming one light, white or golden light through the whole body. Whatever lights are showing up for you. I know sometimes different frequencies of light show up for each of us, and just allowing whatever it is that you're experiencing to shine through the body. And if you're not, that's okay. Just intending that there's the vibration, inviting in the vibration of gold or white through the whole body. Okay. I'm just asking us to ground in, to anchor in, and your whole body being anchored in and grounded, allowing and receiving this next level of embodiment through you. Good. And coming into the center of your body again, just bringing in and allowing and asking your body to come into a frequency, a space that allows you to be grounded and anchored into your body, and going forth through your day in focus and openness to this connection while still maintaining all that you need to do throughout your day. Good. Thank you. And just thanking the body for receiving and this on any level that it was received on, in your energy body and your conscious awareness. Good. Good. And when you're ready, just really deeply breathing into the body, centering into the body, and then opening up your eyes when you are ready and just looking out at your space around you from this energy, so that you calibrate within your surroundings with this new frequency throughout your body, throughout your energy body. Good. Good. Already receiving some responses. Megan, thank you. I could feel the strength of our field today. Beautiful. Julie, yeah, fire and prayer hands and some images. I'm not sure. Boxes with question marks. I know sometimes some of the emojis don't come through. Thank you all. Sally, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. Ah, yes. Yes, I'll take any other comments of what may come through for you. So Megan, yeah, I feel like we're always told to breathe through our nose, but I can get deeper breaths through my mouth. Yeah, in all the traditions, it's breathing through the nose. It's interesting because when we breathe through our nose, it's a deeper connection to our lungs. When we breathe through our mouth, more air can go into our bellies and everything like that, and there's less oxygen and breath actually going through into the lungs. So it's really a discipline and a much deeper breath possible through the nose into the lungs. So breathing through the mouth is more like gulping air than it is intentionally breathing it up. And also, the channels of energy that we have, our nadis, our energy channels that go up through our nose, we're receiving more energy to up into the whole cavities and sinuses and energy channels of our body. So I would encourage you to practice breathing through your nose and staying in that space. Yeah. And then if you need to, exhaling out your mouth, because that's okay, exhaling out the mouth. So yeah, but breathing in the nose is really powerful. It's a very, and Ayurveda and everything else. And actually through the nose, it actually warms up the air too. So it keeps any any debris too. It's all on all levels. It's cleaner, it's getting into energy channels, and it's a deeper breath into the lungs. Yeah. Thank you, Julie. Yeah. Gratitude and love to Kristen and all. Thank you, Dal. Great job. Thank you, Dal. Yeah, I would just love to hear any comments that you have, anything that came through. I'll just stay on here for a couple more minutes and we'll do a nice closing meditation so we can shift. But yeah, Claudia, thank you. Yeah, and Sally, I'm having more and more spontaneous hand movements during meditation. Okay, nice. Yeah, yeah, good, good. Yeah, it was powerful. It was nice to just breathe through. And I would love to hear from anyone if you want to respond to the email, if you don't want to share it in the group, like anything that you received, like how to support yourself, how to be in more communication with yourself. That's going to support you in moving forward in this. And like Julie said, it's like it's a lot of training. It does. It's a lifetime journey. It's just being okay with that. And being patient with ourselves and being patient with the process and just being willing to every day be dedicated and willing to open up more and more to our experience. Thank you. I'm tingling hands right now. Is there any tip to deal with it? Oh, just let the tingling happen. That just means you have more energy flowing. That's great. Just know that you've got some good energy flowing through your body and it's more expanded and aware and able to take it in. You're welcome. Yeah, Mary. Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's great. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, my whole body is tingling right now. And a lot of times what will happen too, which is so funny, is my lips will almost feel numb. Like they're tingling so much that it's like they're numb. You're welcome, Mariah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, wonderful. I have a tingling tongue. Ooh, nice. I like that. Tingling tongue. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, beautiful. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Grateful to be here, Lori. Good to see everyone. Cheers to your journey. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Lori. Yes. So I do need to transition to something else too. I try to keep these to an hour, but it's so hard sometimes. And there's so many good questions and information and stuff that wants to come through. So let's just take a moment here and breathe into the body to give gratitude for ourselves for being here and for gratitude for everyone that's in this circle now and that showed up on this call and everyone who's going to be present for the replay as well. Just being in gratitude for this experience of life and continuing to move forward with more dedication to being alive and thriving in our bodies and receiving. Yes, thank you. So much love to you, and may you go forth in your day with love, peace, harmony in your minds, bodies, hearts, and souls. And we will be together next time, and look for the replay if you want to do this meditation again. We'll be together in that field again. So, and of course, always email me. I'm open to, as some of you know, I'll respond to your emails. I'm always responding and I love to hear from you. So thank you so much. Much love to you. Enjoy the rest of your day. And for some of you too, I just wanted to say, if some of you that had these questions, if you're interested, I'm always available, for sessions or one-on-one. My gifts are to connect soul to soul to see what's going on in your field. That's my gift, is to be able to be in soul connection with you and seeing the balances, the imbalances, giving solutions, tools, practices to create this harmonic field that we're looking for. So much love to you. Be in touch. All right. Thank you all. Blessings to all. Thank you, Mary, Roxana, Mystic. Bye-bye. Beverly, thank you. Yeah, much love.